Hi, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you're joining. I am shooting this live, but I won't be available at my live time. So it's going to be pre-recorded and I'll put it in at my regular time schedule. So thanks for tuning in. I am Kelly Pitts, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lubbock, Texas, in the wonderful US of A. So happy to be here with you today. Thanks for watching, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube watching the replay. I appreciate it. And I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. I can send you a catalog if you need one. I can kind of steer you on to the online exclusives, which is what we're going to be talking about today. That's what our bundle is from. Here's a little picture of the online exclusives. Those are some of the items. And we also include the items that are right here. This is what we'll be featuring today, the Tropical Leaf Bundle, which is the stamp set and the punch. It's kind of hard to see with the light like it is. I don't want to blind you, but it's cute little punch, punches out the large leaf. And if you do the small leaf, you can just fussy cut it. It's easy to do that too. And this card is actually brighter than it looks like on air, but it is really pretty. It's the Pretty Peacock that is a returning color, and I'm so excited to have it back. I am loving it. So I would love to hear your comments. I will check back with you later to reply to comments, but since I'm not live right now, I'm not going to be able to respond right away. So I appreciate you tuning in and hope to be live with you again at the end of the month. The next two Saturday mornings at 10:30 will be pre-recorded because I already have other commitments, but we will get back on track after that. So thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to let you see what I have going today. Here's a little close-up. Let's switch over the camera so you can see this bigger. Here we go. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry. Now we're going to switcheroo. There we go. Now we've got our beautiful card in the Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon colors. Hope you love those. Both of those are returning in colors from previous years. They just brought them back with our color refresh that we just had. And this is a pretty simple card, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So, and you could, of course, substitute your own designer series paper or whatever. This one is from the Bright and Beautiful pack, which is in the new Stampin' Up! 23-24 catalog. And it comes with a really pretty pack of not only the Pretty Peacock, but it has the Bubble Bath, it has Berry Burst, and the Lemon Lime Twist. Both of those are returning. And then there's an Azure Afternoon in here, just a beautiful set, and Misty Moonlight, which is another returning color. I'll flip through and show you the other side here in case you missed that the first time. There we go. Fun, fun, right? So I use the Pretty Peacock because, as I said, that's my favorite. And we're going to use those ink colors also. I'm going to get our little Stampin' Pierce mat out and our silicone glue mat. And I'm also today, in addition to the Tropical Leaf Bundle, which the Tropical Leaf Bundle number is 161249. That's the bundle. Just the punch is the 248, but the bundle is 249. And it's not in the catalog. It's only going to be an online exclusive. So if you go to createwithkelly.com/shop, or just go to createwithkelly.com, and it'll take you to the catalog if you go hit the shop button. And then you can go right to online exclusives and put that in your cart. Would love to help you with that. I'll have several different ideas coming up. I did one on the video last week for using this Tropical Leaf Bundle. But today we're also using the Something Fancy dies 160424. And Something Fancy dies. We're using these two, the smallest of that shape, the middle shape there. And I've already pre-cut all that, I do believe. So we're going to move this over here. Hopefully that will work for us. Okay. Let me get my little card kit out. And I've already pre-done the cardstock. I've cut it. I cut it first at 8.5 by 5.5, and then I cut off an inch. So that leaves this to be 7.25. I mean, yeah, 7.25, because I just cut off an inch here so that this would show. I used the cane leaf embossing folder. Let's get this out of the way till I show you everything. Cane weave 3D embossing folder. And you just have to be careful when you're running this through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Just be aware of exactly where your score line is, and then line it up with this black line here at the bottom. Line the paper up that way. And then put it, the Stampin' Up logo should be up on most of the embossing folders. It should be up for it to be raised on that side appropriately. But if it's not, if you do it backwards, then you can just reverse your score line and make it go the other way. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's the way we're just going to fold that back. So you've got a 3.25 inch flap there, I do believe. Let's make sure I'm giving you all the right directions here. Yep, 3.25. Okay. So the first things first, I'm going to use my liquid glue. I like to do that if I've got a texture folder. I think it holds up better. Well, we're on the front. We don't have to. We could use seal if we want. I like to show you different options. So we can use our Stampin' Seal here on the front. And this is 3 inches. So I cut the 6-inch down in half, and it's 3 inches by 5 3/8. So I wanted most of it to show. So I only cut off this little piece right here that was at the top. Okay, that's it. So I decided to cut the white. If you'd rather have less dark and more light, then cut the other end. Totally up to you. It's your card. Create it your way. We're going to use a little seal here. Put this on the front. If I can keep that from running away from me. And you should kind of have a little bit of an even border all the way around. Very close. We're going to cover that one up anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you get it exact or not. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to stamp one of these leaves. I've already done 2, and we're going to cut another one. And we're also going to stamp the thanks so much. I'm going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock. Hope y'all are having a great day. A fun weekend. Okay, I'm going to stamp a little leaf on there. Actually, I'm going to stamp a big leaf. There are 2 sizes of the leaves in the tropical leaf bundle, so I'm stamping the larger one right now, and then we're going to stamp the smaller one on the inside. So I've got Pretty Peacock here, and whoo, scared me. And then we're also going to stamp thanks so much. I'm going to go ahead and do that while I've got the peacock open. We'll do that on one of these little labels from the Something Fancy dies. See if we can do this without getting my head in the camera or anything. There we go. That already needs to be re-inked, I think. I've got another one. I'm going to get a little bit more. Sometimes if it's not inking up properly, you can take the ink pad to the stamp and it will ink up more than it did initially. So we'll see what I happen to do 2 of these so that just in case. Use some pressure. Let it sit for a second and peel it off. It's kind of darkening up as we go. And the Lost Lagoon is just the opposite. Let's see. I'm going to close that up because I don't want to get my elbow in it. We're going to stamp the large leaf in Lost Lagoon. Got that here somewhere. There we go. Thank you to Dion Green for loaning this to me. And I am using my old Lost Lagoon pad that I had when it was an in color before. I have not replaced that yet. So, and it's working fine for me. It goes on a lot darker than I expected it to, but it dries lighter. Okay. I don't know if that's a different paper. We'll see how that does. We may want to flip it over and try this way. I may not have cleaned that properly or something. It looks spottier than it did the first time. Let's clean that baby off. We'll just see what's up with that. Okay, and I'm just using my little Stampin' Chamois. And we'll try this again. I don't know how I got it so smooth the first time. Or this may be the thicker white. I'm not sure. Still a little spotty, but I think it'll be all right. And we're going to do the veins of the leaf. Whoop, Kelly. Talking to myself here. Okay, we're closing up the Lost Lagoon. And we'll get our, I'm going to clean the Lost Lagoon off of the vein that I just accidentally stamped. Now we're going to get the pretty peacock. I'm going to make sure I've got that really good on there. And we're going to stamp that straight down, straight up. And that is a totally different color, which I think will be fine. We're just going to put it in the middle. We'll have a little variety, won't we? Okay. And I think it will continue to get lighter because this one surely did. That is just the strangest thing. It's just a totally different scrap piece of paper. So maybe it was a different white or something. I'm not sure. Okay. And just make sure when you're cleaning the veins, when you're cleaning that stamp, that you kind of go every which way, all up, down, around, all everywhere, too, because it really kind of gathers in those little crevices if you don't clean it all the way around. All right, now we've got that one. Then we're also going to do the 3 of these. I didn't have to clean that vein off after all yet, quite yet. We've got 3 that I did on the inside. I decided I didn't like the white edge of the front showing. I wanted something different on the inside. But if you're going to back to back the leaf, I'll give you a hint. It's not symmetrical. Okay, the punch is not symmetrical, so you can't stamp on both sides and put it back to back unless you want it offset. So that's why I used a colored cardstock on the inside. I used the Lost Lagoon with the pretty peacock veins. So we're just going to stamp those veins one more time on these that I've already punched, and then I'll show you how to do the punch. And the veins don't fit exactly on the back. which is what I think we're doing. But just to be safe, I'm going to stamp both sides of all of those. And that way we know we won't have to go back and do it because we stamped the wrong side. All right. I just love the shape of this leaf. It just makes me want to go to the beach. And I'm pretty white here. My husband says my skin is so white it could be clear. Like, oh dear. I need a little sunshine, little vitamin D. Is it vitamin D or vitamin E? I get confused. I think it's E that the sun gives you. Alrighty, I think all we need, let's do the Lost Lagoon on the inside. We're going to use this little piece here, and we'll do the small leaf inside with the Lost Lagoon. If I can get this where y'all can see it. And I'm just going to put one here. It can be angled in, angled straight up, however you want it to be. Use a little pressure and try to get that good solid stamp there. Then we'll use the small leaf vein with the pretty peacock. And just go over that. And it doesn't match up exactly. You just kind of fit it in there however it works best for you. And then we're also going to stamp the XOXO on the inside. How cute. With a thank you to have some little hugs and kisses with it. Cute, cute. And keeping it simple. Clean lines and simple. Except, I think we're going to use some bling. We're going to bling this one up a bit more than our initial card because I wanted to show you our variety. Okay, we're going to clean those a little bit real quickly and then I will finish it up later. But this really, the blue, this peacock is really staining the stamps quite a bit. So it's kind of like reds do. You know how reds and pinks always do that? But it doesn't affect the performance later on, so it doesn't really matter. We'll get these all out of the way. And we're going to use, I think we're done with our stamping. We're going to go ahead and punch this out. And you always want to be really careful when you're opening and closing your punches to hold it tight on both sides before you do the opening clasp. Otherwise, if it's pushing the clasp and opening up, it can pop it and break it. So when you're doing the leaf, I would always cut yourself an extra room around your leaf so that you have somewhere to hold on to. And I made that a little too, has to be a little bit closer to the edge too to make it fit right. I forgot about that. I just grabbed a scrap. As most of us do. I bet y'all have a pile of white scraps just like I do. I've got a lot of each color scraps really, except for the brand new ones. There we go. And I didn't stamp my inside vein on that one. How did I miss that, peeps? Because y'all aren't here to tell me and remind me, right? All right. We're going to grab the veins really quickly. Let's see if I've already lost it. Here we go. Boy, I didn't do a very good job punching that one either. And like I said, it won't punch on the other side. We may have to redo that or trim that a little bit. My goodness gracious, Kelly. Because it definitely will not line up on the other side. So, I'll show you what we'll do. We're going to give it just a little bit of a haircut, just like you would if you were using the small leaf and you had to fussy cut it to start with. You can just kind of fussy cut around the edges of this one. Just like that. Have a little bit less of that white, those big white gaps showing. And I bet it still works for our card. Just trim that up just a tad. Do y'all say tad? What do you say when it's a tiny bit of something? I don't know where all y'all are watching from. I hope you'll go ahead and comment and leave your name and let me know where you're from. I always like to see people in other cities and other countries who are watching. That's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. And hope you'll share with your crafty friends too, so they get to watch. Okay, I think we're done with our stamping now for sure. And we're going to use liquid glue on the white because it's adding to the texture. And just all the way around. Got a little bit carried away there. I'll spread that out a little bit. But you want it to go down in all those grooves and crevices of your embossed cardstock. So we'll do that. And so I won't make a mess. We're going to do this. Let's not do it upside down, shall we? Were y'all laughing? Were you hollering at me? Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's that. So this part is going to show. And then it shows a little bit around here. No big deal. Now we're going to take our leaves. I'm going to trim that just a little more. It's still bugging me a little bit there. And you don't have to be this meticulous. I just kind of got off track there. Somehow it's harder to see the angle when you're on the camera. Okay. And I'm going to pop these up on the front. Here's this one. Let's move that over so you can see. Get that out of the way. Let's use our bone folder and get that to lay a little flatter. That always helps to burnish your score lines. Now, it's behaving much better. Okay, I'm going to just put dimensionals only on the left side, and I'm going to do it each one of these kind of at an angle. So they're kind of facing different ways. Just peel the backs off of those. And I just did it on the edge. I think that's going to be plenty. And then we're going to attach it on the back with glue, with liquid glue. I think I'm going to kind of go straighter on this one. Make sure they're not showing. If you want to leave it white like that, you can. You don't have to do the inside like I did, as long as you're really careful about the Stampin' dimensional there. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing here, just the left side. Well, I did that on both sides. Maybe that was it. I got those pretty close to have flipped that over, right? Heavens. Which side do we like better? No wonder I had already stamped the veins in and just flipped it over the wrong way. How funny. I didn't realize I had gotten it so close. I think I like this side better, so we're going to trim that just a little bit. Okay. And put these down. A little dimensional everywhere. Well, put that right in the same spot, didn't I? That's why it's best not to press them down the entire way. Just kind of put them on and then kind of get it close, and then you can move them if you need to. Okay, now I'm going to go all the way across like that on that one. And then with this one, we'll kind of do a little bit more of an angle. And just make sure you're only doing the one side, like I said, the left side. Let's see, do we want to go more in? Do we want to go straight? I think we want to go more in like that. And I just barely pressed on them, so I'd be able to move it if I wanted to. And I like making sure that that line doesn't show the line of the paper, that edge of that cardstock. I don't know why, but that bugs me. So there we go. A little bit different angle to show y'all you can do it your way. Then we've got the thanks so much. We're going to pop this up on this label. And again, these were from the Something Fancy dies. And I just did this one. You could probably get by with 2. I did 3 on there to make sure that it stayed popped up, but probably 2 would be more than sufficient. Or sufficient, not really more than. Okay, let's put that on here. We're going to center that. Now, another thing I was going to do, like I said, we're going to bling this one up a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to go around. This probably would have been easier before I attached that, but that's not the way I did it. So this will be great. And I'm just kind of painting around the edge of that. Be careful and not run your fingernail through that before it dries. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a handmade card. So it's not evenly glittered all the way around. It's not a big deal. Just kind of give it a little glimmer there. Sparkly, sparkly. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're going to bling up our leaves a little bit too. I'm just going to kind of go around, I think painting here rather than all the way. It's going to be good. We'll see how it looks when it dries. See if we need more on some, less on some, how we want it to be. Just have a little fun here with my little glitter brush. Are y'all addicted to Wink of Stella too? I love it. I must admit. So the strokes do show a little bit. So if you kind of do it in the way the veins are and the way the leaf grows, you know, not just going back and forth or in a circular motion, just kind of following the pattern of the leaf. I think it will probably do better for you. But it's totally up to you. Y'all can make it go how you want. It's your card. I'm anxious to see which one y'all like the best. When we get to the end and finish this blinged up one, I want to know if you like it blingy or you like it more clean and simple like the first one. We're going to add some gold bling too. Let's see, do we want some bling on the inside too? We're going to figure out which way these go. Yeah, it's this way. See, this is backwards of the other leaf, the way it stamps. See, it stamps like that. So the back of the leaf is what you have to use. And you can see how it doesn't match up because it's not symmetrical. That's what I meant. So you've got to flip it over and then line it up on the back. And all we're going to do is glue this down on the back. And I'm going to use liquid glue for that because it's just easier in this instance. And you can glue the whole thing. Let's make sure. Yep. And you want to glue each individual leaf. And then you attach this part. You attach the left side to the white back of the leaf on the front, and then you just attach this one to the inside of the card. Make sure each time which way it's facing. We've got it going the right way. Or you can compare it right here. It's not bad either way. It's just not exactly, you need to look from the front too, just to see. I think it's this way. Oh, it's because I trimmed that one. That's why I trimmed that other one on the front, remember? Yep, takes my brain a little bit to click in sometimes. I'm still blaming it on COVID. All right. Because I sure did have a lot of brain fog and still do after I had COVID a couple years ago. Anybody else have that trouble? Whew. I mean, but I just was not really, I just didn't have time to be sick, and I just didn't go to bed. I just kept trying to work on the computer and thinking I was doing something, and really I was just making a mess of my website and not really being productive at all. So there we go. So before it totally glues down, just make sure you're on the right side and get that glued so you can still tuck it in under that other leaf if you need to. Like we're going to on this one. We're going to sneak that in under there. Ah! There we go. Line that up. How about that? Now let's give this a little shiny bling. A little bit of wink will do you. There we go. Just kind of outlining, following the strokes. And you could add more if you wanted. We'll add a little more in here. Because why ever not? We can, right? We have a brush that does it. Yay. We could do a little O's there. Shine it up a little bit. Okay, we've got that. We've got this. Now, I was going to show you, I'm thinking about using these ribbons that are online. We could use either the gold or the silver, and they come in a pack. They are an online exclusive, just like the Tropical Leaf Bundle is. So this one I use the linen thread, and this one I'm thinking of blinging it up. Since I added the Wink of Stella, we're going to have to decide which one we like. And it's going to be too late. I'm not going to be able to see your comments since I'm not live with you. We could use the silver with it, which I think is pretty. I like it. Kind of fits in with the Wink of Stella. Okay. Or we could use the gold. Let's try that and see. This combo pack comes with the gold and the silver. And we're just going to kind of do a faux bow or a little wrap behind it. This one I just made like a little nest in my hand and then stuck it on. I thought I was going to like the gold better, but I think I actually like the silver. It's still kind of subtle. See if I can get that up there for you to see. Well, that surprises me because it definitely changed after I added the Wink of Stella to it. So let's just try this. And we can do like a big loopity-loop. Like that, as if we're making a bow, but you don't actually have to tie it. And you can put it in that way, where you just have two loops and two ends, or we can just do like we did and just do, I think I'm just going to do 1 and 1. We're going to add a little snail across here. And then figure this out. Like here. And a loop. And then back up. Let's see, do we want it going in or going out? Maybe we want it going that way. Let's hold that up. See what we think. Maybe I do like the where it looks more like an actual bow. Let's see. Since we've got the little seal here to do this for us, holds it down while we're playing. I think it works either way. Let's find our big ribbon scissors and we will trim that off. This almost looks Christmassy with this silver, doesn't it? I'm changing my mind again. Sorry y'all aren't here to help me. No. Oh my goodness. Make up your mind, Kelly. Okay, we're just going to cut it. Make it work. And we're going to pop that up on dimensionals. I'm going to somehow make that a little wider or something. Where are we going to go like that? What if we tried that? No. No, no, no. We don't like that. Can y'all hear that bird? We've got, I don't know if that's a whippoorwill or a mockingbird or what kind of bird that is, but it is outside the window and the windows are closed. They are not open, but it's pretty outside. They could be. That would be nice, but I was just wondering if y'all could hear that on the recording. Seems loud to me. Hope y'all are enjoying this tropical leaf bundle option here. And if you'd like to see another one, I did one last week. You can go to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, that's Create with Kelly on Facebook or Create with Kelly Pitts on YouTube. And I should have not done that. Let's see. We're going to take these off. Oh, now I'm taking up my ribbon. Oh well, we're going to leave it so I don't mess this up. But really, I probably should not have done the dimensionals on the right side because I already had these popped up. The leaves popped up. Now, that's the way I usually do it. I was just trying to make it hard. All right, and let's have a little bit more silver. We're going to take some of the festive pearls that have carried over to the annual catalog, and we're going to just use our little take a pick tool, add some of these, and we're going to do, wow, we actually have some of the minty kind of color. Let's see how we like those, if those show up enough or too much, or if we just want silver. Let's see which ones we like. Maybe we want silver on here and the kind of mint color over here where it's a little more subtle. And I chose a different position, left or right, up and top. We have middle, top, bottom. So give that a little variety. There we go. How fun is that? I would love to know which one you like the best. Do y'all like the little bit glitzier, glimmery version? Let me put that down where you can see it a little better. Let me hold it up to the camera so you can see all the Wink of Stella, see a little glimmer. Do y'all like the glimmery one? Do you like the bling or the linen thread? Either one, I think, works with that cane weave 3D folder. I like that cane weave with the tropical. It just seems to fit to me. So that's my idea for the day. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed showing you this card and look forward to showing you more very soon. Have a great day. Fun times ahead. Thanks again for tuning in. Please share with crafty friends. If you need a catalog or anything, let me know. I'm happy to help you. And my host code, oh my goodness, it wasn't up there, was it? Ah, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that that banner wasn't up there this whole time. There we go. Kelly Pitts, createwithkelly.com. And my host code there at the bottom, VRZXXE6U. That should be good through the month of May. So I hope you will shop online with me and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Have a great one. Fun times ahead. Bye-bye.